I'm Roger Downing, and I'm delighted to demonstrate the 5 reasons why companies choose connected vehicle data over mobile data. So when speaking about precision, Wejo define this as a property of the collected data where repeated measurement of the same true value gives results that are closer to each other when the data is more precise. How does this relate to location data? Well, higher precision location data suffers less from jitter and manifests as smoother trajectories that better represent the real-world movement of the device. More traditional mobility data sources, such as mobile phones or telematics dongles, can suffer from connectivity issues which affect data precision. Whereas a clear view of an open sky typically gives a positioning radius error of 4.9 meters for basic phones and similar devices, being in a pocket or a bag or under the dashboard plugged into the OBD port degrades this significantly and is further worsened near to buildings or under tree cover. To be clear, when we say accurate, we're meaning in terms of accuracy when compared against the reality of what is happening on the road. Through assistive technologies like differential GPS, precision and accuracy of our data is greatly increased, meaning that you can be certain that a car's position on the road is very close to truth. The sources that we've chosen to demonstrate data accuracy against are mobile and roadside sensors. So let's take a look at those. So mobile-based collection offers a significant volume and has a wide range in terms of accuracy against the road network. In addition to this, we've actually seen instances of multiple probes traveling down a road clustered together, which in actual fact turned out to be a bus or a taxi or even a bicycle in some cases. This is due to the fact that cell phones will register a speed and assume the user is driving. So roadside sensors, these are typically used on major freeways and highways, but only capture point in time or point in road data. They also do not have representation on many surrounding tributary roads, and again, are costly to implement. By contrast, connected vehicle data is precise to within 3 meters 95% of the time and is a true feed from the vehicle itself and comes from no aftermarket retrofitted device. So you may be wondering why we combine frequency and latency into a single reason. The simple answer is that these are characteristics of how we receive it straight from our OEM partners. Data is provided to us in almost real time and is stream processed by us to ensure the highest quality and to include useful metadata such as reverse geolocation. By virtue of the quality assurance we perform, downstream consumers receive data which is highly accurate and requires no further processing for it to become directly useful. One of our partners reported that 99.9999% of the data we sent to them passed their own stringent and application-specific checks, only 1 in a million data points being dropped. We can, of course, provide high-frequency data in batch delivery, drawing from our data lake going back almost 3 years. Similarly, we can provide low-latency summary data, giving you just the information you need when you need it. The sensors that we can receive, they are very wide-ranging. In some cases, up to 1,000 different sensors are available to us. And they relate to many different factors. So let's divide them broadly into driver behavior, driving dynamics, and environment. So driver behavior is essentially about adding color to the already visible vehicle trajectory. If you can see a car parking up outside a mall, then that's useful. But if you also knew the 3 doors were opened along with the trunk, then you're able to gain more understanding of attendance at the mall and then gain insights into the purpose of the visit. If you could see when a vehicle took on gas and how much it was filled, then you begin to paint a picture of how people have traditionally used fuel stations and how that might change as we transition to an electric vehicle future. Back in 2019, Wejo produced some great content looking at brand interactions in Florida. You may have seen it at the time, but here it is for those who have not. What we'll see, and what we can see here, is a selection of major shopping brand locations across Florida. And in this visualization, we're able to look at how people travel between different brand locations. Are they after a particular item and trying to find the best price in the area? Here, the precision of Wejo data in identifying attendance at a place of interest comes to the fore, and the connections between brands situated nearby are clear. So this is a live thing, so I can move this around, and when I mouse over one of these locations, what pops up is all the journeys between these points of interest, colorized according to the brand that they represent coming from. So at this Walmart Supercenter, for example, you can see a broad range of journeys from other POIs in the location. The next one is relating to patterns of use. What you can see is Los Angeles, where the locations of many gas stations have been marked. Trips in Wejo data to one of these sites are represented by long arcs from origin to destination. As we enable a timeline slider automation, you can see the pulse of the city. With the same input data, you could investigate whether different neighborhoods have brand preferences, what the competition is like between brands with nearby sites, when certain sites are most busy and others. Of course, you're not limited to examining gas stations. These could be any place of interest at all.